The threat of climate change has intensified. The Spanish floods are a wake-up call. The recent floods in Spain have devastated the hardest-hit areas. At least 200 people were killed and heavy losses were incurred. The king and the prime minister went to investigate the disaster, but the victims threw mud blocks to vent their anger, which was quite embarrassing. The victims are so angry, mainly because they think the official warning is too late. As a result, the people in the disaster area neglected to take precautions, causing serious damage to lives and property. And many Spaniards contributed money. Transporting supplies assisting with disaster recovery. Demonstrate the spirit of mutual assistance and friendship. Facing major natural and man-made disasters, human warmth is a very important condition for healing wounds. Inspired by despair, they reached out at the right time. It's an important part of social support. However, disaster relief has its own expertise and requires an appropriate command and dispatch system. Getting supplies and people to those who need them. Otherwise, it is easy to cause secondary damage to the disaster area. Rapid integration of human and material resources can achieve maximum effectiveness. It is also one of the indicators of national strength, far more amazing than expected. The natural disasters that used to be common in the disaster areas of Spain were droughts, also suffering from drought at the time. When it first started raining, many residents were happy. They knew that the rainstorm would soon become a disaster, and it would rain for a year in one day. The local inability to load is of course the main cause of the disaster. However, some people died trying to save their cars. It is also one of the reasons for the large number of victims. In short, the disaster area did not fully understand the horror of the floods. As a result, disaster prevention and mitigation measures were not advocated in advance. Local officials and people were almost ignorant of the floods. It's not anyone's fault, it's that you didn't need it in the past. They are arguably among the latest victims of climate change, but it's also a reminder that the pace of climate change is far more alarming than expected. Facing and dealing with disasters is an important national policy. The hidden dangers of climate change are gradually emerging. The local area used to call itself a disaster-free country. Although floods are common, fortunately they're not serious. Now people have to change their thinking. Natural disasters that would not happen before may happen in the future and could cause serious injury. We want climate predictions to be more accurate in order to gain valuable response time. However, officials and the public must be more vigilant against natural disasters. Usually advocate disaster prevention and relieve common sense. And international exchange of disaster prevention and relief skills, etc. Spain's floods have sounded the alarm on climate change. In the face of increasingly frequent extreme weather, we must not only raise our disaster preparedness, but also prioritize environmental protection and treat our planet with care. Every natural disaster reminds us of our shared responsibility to coexist with Earth. Only by cherishing and protecting this land can we safeguard ourselves and future generations. Let's take action, starting with small steps in our daily lives and work together to preserve our planet's health. If you found this content helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.